Hi traders, and welcome to my video on the higher high and lower low indicator. So here you can see the MT4 trading platform. I'm going to show you how you can use this indicator or another strategy which does take some elements from the indicator to capture moves such as this one for over 600 pips and this one for over 700 pips. So stay tuned to find out how. So you can see I have the higher high and lower low indicator attached here on my chart. This is the blue line showing the highs and the red line showing the lows. I downloaded this indicator free of charge. I am using the MT4 trading platform. This is a pound dollar daily chart. Okay, I prefer to trade the higher chart time frame simply because they contain more price data and therefore I find the signals tend to be more reliable. That applies not just to technical indicators such as this one, but also for price action analysis, support and resistance, trend lines, candlestick patterns, so on and so forth. And it also means less time chart watching when we can capture moves like these for hundreds of pips. I'm not sure why we'd want to fight with the 1 minute and 5 minute charts all day long. Okay, so the premise behind this higher high and lower low indicator is basically to look for breakout or reversal trades around the high and low levels. Okay, so as you can see on the chart, there's a nice upwards trend that started around here, continued up, pullback, and a continuation. Then we reached some resistance and we had a downwards trend, which is currently still going. In fact, there's just been a breakout below the lower low point there. So this would have been a trade if you are trading the indicator just every time there's a breakout, you're gonna trade in the direction of the breakout. So for example, in this breakout here, you would have placed a sell trade. Okay, and this breakout here, you would have placed a buy trade. That is one way to use the indicator. Okay, if we are in a range, like a price range, you can always do the opposite. So when the price comes around the high level, you could look to sell and enter a reversal trade. Or when the price comes around the low value, you could look to buy, place a buy trade. The problem with this is, whilst you can potentially buy at the low and sell at the high, okay, you can also end up buying or selling against the trend and momentum. Me, myself, I am a trend trader. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to say how I would use this indicator for trend trading. So the first thing I would do is if we take it back to around here somewhere, okay, what I would have done is I would have seen we have a clear level of support here, okay, which I would mark manually, and I can see the market is making these higher lows, okay. The indicator, you can see it does mark the lows on the way up this trend here, but you know, that's something that you can easily do yourself. As well, I'm not too sure on how reliable the levels are that the indicator is marking. You know, I can see clearly here. If we just zoom out, you can see clearly here that these are the lows, the higher lows. Okay, but that being said, you can always join up the levels of the indicator, like there, for example. Okay, and there, and there. So if you join up the levels of the lows for an uptrend, you can do a trend line that way. Okay, if you just need help, the guidance, just like on a downtrend here, you can join up the lines from the indicator there to show you the trend, or you can just draw them yourself. I mean, it's clear, lower highs, higher lows. Okay. So once I've drawn my trend line, we've established there's an uptrend here. So I'm just going to look to time my entry on a pullback. We have a nice pullback here. And what I would do personally is I would just mark that channel there, this level of resistance, and then wait for a breakout there. You can see there was a breakout. Okay, got a couple of spinning top, or one spinning top and a shooting star candlestick pattern here, or inverted hammer. Both bullish, suggesting a bullish move to the upside. And you can see from this big candle, the momentum from the breakout. Perhaps traders getting caught in a bear trap here shot the market upwards, and this would have been a good timed entry. Okay, and the good thing about this is because we are using We manually drew our trend line there for the resistance point. So we were able to get in, I think, at a favorable price point. We also were able to read the candlestick formations to give us the bullish confirmation. Okay. In saying that, if you wanted to trade the indicator as is, you can wait for the higher high here. Okay. Higher high indicator to signal and just have traded the breakout there. The important thing in this instance is, for me, we're in an uptrend. Okay. I know that the market's making higher lows, so I'm going to ignore any sell signals from the indicator because I don't want to trade against the trend. As the saying goes, a trend is your friend. Okay, so in that instance, I'm going to only look for the buy signals, which are the breakouts of the higher highs if you're using the indicator, or just manually drawing the resistance. So going back to the indicator, if you insist on having to use indicators for your entry, you probably wouldn't have taken any entries this early, just simply because you're going to wait for a pullback on the trend. So once you have this move up here, there is arguably a pullback there. I mean, a lot of traders, myself included, would have marked this level of resistance here. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is tested 6 times. Bearing in mind this is a daily chart, so that's strong resistance. As you can see with the breakout, it's quite a significant breakout there. This would have perhaps been a good early entry, an aggressive entry if you like, because the trend's only gone up for this distance. But as I said, this is a daily chart, so I'm pretty sure if you went down to the 1 hour, 4 hour charts, this would look like more of a significant trend, which you can always do for entry confirmation. Otherwise, keep things nice and simple and easy. It's clear to see support and resistance on the daily chart timeframes, in my opinion, and also to spot trends. You can see the higher lows here. I'll just draw them, the immediate higher lows there, resistance and a breakout. This would have been a good trade, and had we had taken that, profit potential of almost 900 pips would have been an excellent trade. I mean, try getting 900 pips scalping the 5-minute chart time frame. I mean, if you can do it, fantastic, but how long would it take you? It'd be very difficult, in my humble opinion. Okay, in terms of exit, had we taken this trade, we could have just placed our trailing stop below the low here as price moved up, below the low here. As price continued up, had a pullback and continued, we could have put the stop loss below the low here. So we would have been locked in from here to here. And then as we've seen this resistance level form at the top, as shown by the higher high indicator as well. And then we see the market start to make the lower highs. We could have thought about perhaps manually exiting our position there. Okay. As you can see as well, the indicator will display different color candles for when there is a change in the market direction. Okay, as you can see here, the blue candle when we change to an uptrend. So yeah, you can trade the breakouts. So this breakout here, if you waited for the indicator, I mean, you could have used the previous level, which is here. Okay, so a breakout above that, that would have been a pretty good entry. Okay, you could have used the most recent level here. Once we're up and around here somewhere, you don't want to end up buying at the high. You see this move's already happened up here. And then we start having a range in consolidation. So you're just going to want to wait for the pullback. We have a pullback. Okay, and then after the pullback, we can look to enter again on the breakout. Lines open to interpretation. You can draw them as you feel. Okay. And you can perhaps capture a breakout there. And to be fair to the indicator, there actually was a good breakout trade. Okay, because we had the pullback. And then if we waited here, there's actually a good breakout entry there. Okay. Again, up here, we don't enter because we've already had this move here. We wait for the pullback downwards. And as we discussed earlier, a potential breakout trade there above the higher high. Don't buy here because we've already had this move. Wait for a pullback. And then again, the price breaks out here from the higher high. But we need to, which would have been a potentially good trade. We just need to consider that we've had this big move up here. We don't want to end up buying at the high, buying at the top of the move, okay? That being said, even from there, there's still almost 200 pips profit potential. In terms of stop loss, I'd be placing my stop loss below the recent lows. Okay, so on this breakout here, my stop loss below this low here. Okay, for this breakout here, below this low. Say this breakout here, probably below this low. And if you did take that last breakout up there, probably below this low here. Okay, and look to move the stop loss to break even point as soon as possible. And then, as I said, trail the rest of the position, try to maximize the good moves when we do catch them. Okay, on the downtrend, as we got over here, and the market starts making a downtrend, as we can see from the lower highs, what you can do is you can again wait for a pullback, draw your support level. You can see the support here, held up here, quite a strong support level. In fact, can go all the way back. Can go back to here. Okay, got a nice M formation there. Do have videos on the various chart formations, candlestick patterns that you can check out. Okay, some of the inside bar as well there. All bearish price action. Okay, this support level holds up well until you can see that big candle there. It's a big breakout to the downside. Traders are watching this level, anticipating this to happen, looking to get in on this this forming downtrend. Okay, and it would have been a good breakout trade there. And the indicator signaled it around here. Okay, so slightly later, but you know, you could have, if you can be bothered to draw support and resistance, trend lines yourself, you could have entered slightly earlier there. Okay, another opportunity to enter there and there, but again, you don't want to end up buying after a long move in the direction. You perhaps want to wait for a pullback. And then, yeah, just see how the trend plays out. If this does go into a long-term downtrend, there will be ample opportunities, as you can see from this uptrend, to enter into the trend. You don't need to force a trade that may or may not be there. Interestingly, this level here is a strong level. You can see there resistance, support, support, and now it's turned into resistance. So here, if you were using the reversal strategy with the higher high and lower low indicator, you perhaps may have seen this blue line up here and then been like, okay, we're in a downtrend. I'm not buying the breakout of the blue line. Instead, I'm going to sell a reversal bouncing off of that line. And that would have perhaps been an entry worth consideration, just because we know that's a strong level of resistance, of support become resistance. Okay, again, daily chart, these levels tend to be more reliable compared to the intraday charts. And with so many different instruments to trade, I mean, you can use this indicator on any trading instrument, Forex, crypto, stocks, commodities, indices. There's always going to be opportunities, even on long-term charts, so you don't need to force it if it's not there. Just perhaps make life a bit easier by looking for more reliable signals on higher chart timeframes. With sensible money management, so for these sell trades, if we did take a breakout trade of this here, probably put my stop loss above recent high up here. Okay, and the same with the other breakouts. If you do take them, I'd be putting my stop loss above recent high for sell trades, and again using a trailing stop. Okay, keep an eye, as I said, on your chart formations, the M pattern we had here, candlestick patterns. You can see market indecision here, again spinning tops. Inside bars, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's basically one way I would use the higher high, lower low indicator is to help. First, you'd have to decide, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Once that's done, I mean, the indicator is not really going to do that for you. As I said at the beginning of the video, you can use it to help mark your levels, but I think if you just manually mark a trend line, or even if you don't want to manually do it, just put a moving average, like a long-term, perhaps not in that color, but just put a long-term moving average on your chart. Okay, maybe 200 is too long-term, maybe 50, maybe if price is above, we'll look for buy trades. If price is below, we'll look for sell trades. But as I find personally with most indicators, they can be lagging. Okay, I mean, I don't need a moving average to tell me that the price is going up there and it's going down there. Okay, if we always waited for the price to be above or below to confirm our trade, then you may miss some opportunities. But you know, like this breakout here, for example, okay, the price was below the 50 moving average, but I still would have taken it because it's a strong level here we can see, and a good breakout and the higher lows here, and the bullish candlestick patterns is all the signals were there for a buy trade. Okay, or a trader may have just used the crossing of that moving average as a confirmation, and perhaps traders did, hence that big bar there. But, you can just use the default 14-period moving average, and then it will react faster and sometimes act as support and resistance in a trend. Yeah, but again, you may miss some opportunities if you're always relying on technical indicators to line up exactly. It's not always going to be the case. For me, for trending, you can just do a trend line. So when we're in an uptrend, we look for buy trades on breakouts or pullbacks, and that can be done by a breakout of the higher high, okay, or you can place a buy around the lower low for the pullback. In a downtrend, you just do the opposite. So if price breaks out below the lower low, you can sell. If there's a pullback to the higher high, you may look to sell on a reversal trade, just depending on your own trading personality. Really, are you aggressive, conservative? Do you want to wait for the confirmation? And just make sure, of course, that you've got sensible money management as always, and good discipline. Try to avoid fear, anger, greed, over trading, FOMO, fear of missing out, forcing trades, revenge trading, this sort of thing. Okay, I do appreciate you watching. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. Hopefully you've learned something from this video that you can implement within your own trading strategy, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Take care.